I make money moves. Oink, oink.
Just jam into this.
That was a good day. I like that.
Nice.
Well, I appreciate that because I had a bitch of a time trying to find a song, and then I ended
Really?
up settling for this one because I just couldn't find one that was representative of the topic of this show, which is critical affection, where we affectionately criticize pop culture that we love. I gotta say that part too, right? Today we're talking about Cowboy Carter and Beyonce in general, and we're gonna do some trivia, and I got some prizes. Before we do that, little housekeeping. Let's see if I can find it. Death's Kiss is this one. If it shows up, is it showing up? There it goes.
Yeah.
Go.lagunastudios.net. Go check that out. We still got like a couple weeks on it, I think. I don't know. Honestly, I didn't even look at it yet today.
5 minutes.
Bad studio owner. But no, it's doing great. We're shooting for the $25,000 stretch goal now, which is a sexy magnet. It's pretty cool. Patty Arroyo did the art on it. It's really pretty. The other thing that we got going is we started a little quick starter over on Kickstarter for the X Series hoodies, and we're just all the ones that didn't win any polls over on BackerKit are over there on Kickstarter. So if you wanted one of them but you never won the poll, that's where it is. So go. It's the same hot link there, backit.lagunastudios.net, which is if it'll swap. Maybe it'll swap.
Okay, a little quick starter on the Kickstarter with
There we go. Yeah, X Series
Bars.
hoodies and pins. And then let's see, we got Finding D's coming up, and we're working on that one. We got a couple new titles coming up. Cthulhu is Hard to Spell is coming up pretty soon too. If you're into that.
Hey.
So today I only have, like, for our trivia stuff, I got I know you guys saw these, but we got Agents of Geekdom stickers.
Woo.
Yee-hoo. I've also got, obviously, I've got my hollow avocados. I got some buttons.
Is it an avocado or a cavocado?
It's an what do we call it? We call it avocado. Avocado.
Avocado.
That is freaking adorable. I
hollow.
want it.
It is cute.
I can never get this stupid camera to stop focusing on the bricks. Like, stop focusing on the damn bricks.
They
for
are
me
some
here.
sexy bricks, man.
Oh, they are.
They laid pretty fine.
So, okay, so Beyonce. We were talking before the show started about how you feel about Beyonce, like, in general. So why don't we talk about that? Like, I'm kind of ambivalent. Like, she did, especially like in my going out and clubbing days. Like, she had a lot of hits that we listened to and we danced to then. And I'm old now, so I don't do that anymore.
I'm not playing your games.
When
You
you're
are not that
coming
old.
video games, yo.
He said
That's fair.
back in my heyday.
Well, like, right where I grew up in a very small town, and there's like two things to do in that whole town. There's like, you can go out and drink after you turn 21 because they card you at the door, or you can go bowling. So,
honestly, I would have went bowling after this.
Yeah.
I've also gone bowling a lot. This was bowling last weekend. There was a birthday party. Went
Right
bowling.
on, man.
And this is how old I am. Threw out my shoulder, but not the one that I was throwing the bowling ball with. And I also messed up my wrist again, so I'm trying to be careful with that because I have like 25 pages to flat yet, and I need this. I need my hand. So that's fun.
Screaming.
Wow.
That's what happens. That's what you can look forward to when you get old. Is you can look forward to. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
So, but it was fun. We had fun, and the boyfriend got to see his cousins that he doesn't get to see very often. So that was nice.
God.
They do. They turned into a bunch of 12-year-olds. It was wild, you know. But guys, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what happens.
Okay. So yeah, I'm kind of like, I guess I'm kind of ambivalent on Beyonce, right? I don't have any strong feelings about her at all. But what do you think, Fee?
Yeah.
Oh, and also, yeah, like thank you, Fee and Midori Hana, for coming to the show here. Like Midori's first time on my show, so
Really, it is. It's wild.
But anyway, yeah.
Yeah, Fee.
Let's hear it. Let's hear what you think about Beyonce.
Tell us how you feel.
So I mean, I like Cowboy Carter. I like Beyonce. I think, it's, I grew up listening to a lot of the music. I remember my first album and kind of, being just excited to get music that wasn't, I don't know, like the wild gospel CD. So when I saw I finally got a CD that was like Beyonce, I was like, for real? Like, really? So I just was like, yeah. So ever since I've been rocking with her. I was like, the music, the writing sometimes. But I mean, she's a performer, so I like evaluating that too. And
Nice,
just seeing
yeah.
how, stage design, presence, what are you doing? How are you transitioning from one thing to the next? Like that's kind of why I like, it's that part where she kind of is, how she likes to put certain things out to life for people to kind of see and grasp.
Yeah.
The visuals.
She does. I've heard she puts on a really good show. Obviously, I could never afford to go to one of her shows, but I heard she puts on a really good show. Like
I went in 2018 to On the Run 2.
Oh, nice.
And that was a really interesting one. Honestly, wow. I want to make myself clear. I call myself a fan of Beyonce, but I am not like I will lose I will lose my shit over her. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it'd be cool to see her, like, oh my gosh. But like, for example, for that tour that I went to, I almost had a freaking panic attack not because she was coming out, but because how people were reacting that she was coming out. Because I was like, what is happening? Like, why is everybody like it was insane. Because it was like, the thing before it said, is this real life? And people started crying and like didn't, and I'm just like, oh. You know how you feel like you would get on a roller coaster, you strap in and you want to get off of
everyone else is freaking out. Yeah.
So that's my little spiel, but yeah, I digress.
Nice. Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. I mean, it has to cost like hundreds of dollars for a ticket to go see her now, right?
Yeah, it's like
her and Taylor. You can't. Yeah, you gotta sell a kidney to get into one of those shows.
It depends. I'd be darned if I tried to do that for a ticket.
It's crazy.
There are people who didn't want to pay rent. I mean, it was all over like TikTok.
The whole thing.
People didn't want to pay their rent. They weren't paying their bills because they paid to get like their hair done, outfits, the Beyonce tickets in general. Like, I mean, again, I don't think she's that god tier. Like, man, calm down, guys. Like, I feel like I do have a love-hate relationship with Beyonce. I said this, in the beginning, where I hate her, but I can't knock her for her hustle, because literally she has gone through every single genre and killed it.
Yep.
Like, my only beef with Cowboy Carter is like, why now? I feel like you could have came out so long ago with this country album, but like, why now?
Well, if she had done it before, though, would it have would have happened the same way? Would it be such a big deal? Like, let's say pre-2016, because we all know 2016 is when some stuff started to really kick the overdrive here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, do you think it would have been as big if she'd done Cowboy Carter in like 2010, 2014?
I think it would have been, if she would have had like a tester album beforehand, I think she would have been fine. There wouldn't. I will say it probably would eliminate a lot of the controversy that her album is going through now, because a lot of people are like, "Why are you coming in the country turf?" And it's like, well, calm down. She's from Texas. You know what I mean? Like, you have forgotten her origins because she's been in so many. You know, she's gone through many phases and changes, especially with these new generation of kids. They don't even know where she started. You know what I mean? Like. So to them, it's like, oh, she's just coming out of nowhere with it. When it's like, well, if you knew where she actually came from, this all makes sense. Like I said, I feel like this album, or a country album in itself, could have came out long before now, and it probably would have been perceived a lot better.
I definitely
possible, yeah.
Just to oppose that, not just for the sake of opposing it, just because when it comes to strategy, like you said, like you have a love-hate relationship with her when it comes to strategy. I think it was all part of the plan. I call it like her little chess plan, because the same thing you could say with Cowboy Carter is the same argument for Renaissance, because that same, that same category in that way. It was like you could have came out with that sooner, but because it was a building of territory. You know how it's kind of like divide and conquer. She was literally just picking bigger pieces as it came. So then when country was coming apart, she already had the numbers. She already had the support. So then when she was going to come out with that, they were going to back it. It's like, love or hate me regardless. I'm already showing myself to do that. Because it's like, saying like the criticism that she received at the CMAs from singing Daddy's Lessons, and everything with that. She was like, okay, bet. I already got something cooking in the back. You don't even know. I've been cooking on this for years. Just wait. And like, she was just waiting on that moment, because she knew that if I'm going to get people onto this and I just give them little breadcrumbs, I'm going to continue to build my numbers. And you're not even paying attention.
Oh yeah, that's the part of the hate-love relationship. I can't hate her hustle. It works.
I got the impression that, I mean, maybe this is just because you can tell how not a really strong fan of hers I am. Like I said, I don't have a problem with her, but I also don't really follow her. And I thought I like it kind of, to me, seemed like the country album came out of nowhere. And I was like, did she just do this because she was bored? And she's like, she just woke up one day. I was like, I think I'll make a country music album today, Like, I wonder if that's what it was. Like, she just was like, I haven't done this yet, and I've wanted to, so I'm doing it now, right? Like, that's kind of the feeling that I got from it. And
yeah, same.
It's probably...
the funniest thing is, like, for you, I'm, like, a little bit above that, where it's like, I don't follow like her every single move, okay? Like, I don't got time to do that, okay? But it's like, I'm a little bit more of like, how they say, like, he's like, I completely agree, I somewhat agree, I'm neutral. I'm like, it's like
okay.
Just to, because like
she just compared us to a goddamn therapy session, y'all. Like,
no, because I can speak for myself when I say if I'm spending that much time for someone else who don't know or care about my whole existence, why am I doing that? You know what I mean? That's my logic, okay? But I'll say, when it comes to the strategy of that, because I've seen pictures of her back in the day where she was like, she had the big, jeans, the bell bottoms, the boots and things like that. So it's just like, it wasn't like, it was subtle.
She wasn't hiding it.
Yeah, like it wasn't like that. But the country album, I'm just like, I guess, like she could have, but maybe my theory, just because of how the music industry is, where it's like they will push certain agendas on you, and it's like, maybe I wanted to try this, and they're like smack on the wrist, and she's like, what? Like, do you know who I am? But at the same time, there's just things that probably was just not working in her favor to do that at that time. Like, I honestly think things like that, where it's like, sure, this person did do this, but it's like, what really influenced it and what really pushed it, or who else was pushing it but made them the face of it? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was thinking that, because there's obviously, we saw a lot of controversy around this, and there's people loving it. There's people that are refusing to listen to it and talking about what a piece of shit it is, and it's like, So why should I take your comment seriously? Because you didn't even use it's proudly claiming that you've not listened to it. And like I listened to the whole thing. I made sure that I listened to every single song that was available on YouTube so that I could be prepared for this. And I grew up with just like country music on all the time. Like there was no other music ever in the house. If there was music, it was country. And I didn't. So, I guess if that makes me an expert on country music, then sure. But my point is that, yeah, some of those songs, they don't really sound like they don't really fit that country mold.
Exactly.
But an argument can be made for pretty much every single one of them that it's a country song. And I have one name for sure that I want to throw out there, and that's Cowboy Troy. And if we're gonna say Cowboy Troy is a country musician, then you can't say Beyonce is not, because he literally does not sing in like any of his songs, pretty much. Like I know the I Play Chicken with the Train is the song that I think that is one of his biggest ones, right? And he kind of sings in the chorus of that, but like no, he raps. So if you're gonna say he's a country musician, then you can't say Beyonce's not. And I like I said, we were talking before the show. This all the negative controversy around Beyonce stems from two things, and y'all say it with me: sexism and racism.
Oh, we were gonna say
it was sexism and racism.
Sexism.
Yeah.
You know how you try to catch it at the end and sound like you was right there with you?
I did that.
We all know, like country music is a very white male centric genre. Like I mean, and like like all the other genres are not immune from this bigotry problem, but like country music is very white and very male. I was looking at the top, I want to say 50 artists, and I can't remember. I think it was because the number of women that were in there was like 9, I think, if I remember right. And one of them was a part of a group, which a male led the group. So does that even count as a female? Like it's a.
The interesting thing too, with like the very first song she opens with is American Requiem, as you see. But so this is the thing I really like. I'm a lyrics person. If I listen to something, I like hearing different types of transitions, reasonings, and of course stories. Because of course, as artists, we all have different ways of how to express that story. John Baptiste, amazing songwriter who came out of Juilliard. John Baptiste, he helped write this song. And to think about what a requiem is, it is like the singing to those who are deceased. So it was like in the song, she says, these man ideas are buried here. So basically trying to say like, this is the death of a genre, to say that this is not a space that, we can reside in. And I thought that was really interesting to hear how that was, where it was kind of like, she starts it out, opens the door, like basically saying, all of you that have something to say about, women or anyone who just, who grew up on country music, or this was their first song that they heard when it came, their first country song, don't try to label someone or put them in a box. And I thought the writing of that was really interesting just because it does tie in and play in on all of that. Of course, the line that a lot of people you've seen probably on social media enough said, I was too country. Now they're saying I'm not country enough. Didn't think I would saddle up, things like that. Mm-hmm. But I thought that was an interesting little touch because it's just like it's literally that play on that experience that she's probably been dealing with.
Mm-hmm. And it's a huge nod to the, like she knew all of this backlash was going to come. I think. Like, I mean, being, I can't speak to being a black woman, but I can speak to being a woman. And it's like, it's hard to break into shit as a woman. And she has such...
like a sorry. Intrusive thoughts. I'm so sorry.
No, she has such a huge, like, she's like huge. Like everybody knows who Beyonce is. Like everybody knows who Beyonce is. So she can pretty much do whatever she wants. And she chose this. She chose to do this thing that she knew was gonna catch her a lot of shit. And I mean, like I liked all of the songs on that CD album.
It's okay.
What's a CD?
I wasn't even gonna stop you. Oh. CD.
Yeah, sometimes
I miss the CD player, man. You had to walk smooth so it wouldn't skip.
Oh hell yeah!
You remember the big binders that you had to keep in your car, and that's
that's why we're pros at driving. Try going through a CD album, putting it in the right way, and
yes.
When they invented the 18 track, bro, that was life saving.
And those privileged little shits that had those 3 CD changers in their cars, weaklings. I mean, I didn't even have a CD player. I had the little fucking fake tape that you pop in and put the Walkman. Yeah.
Yeah. Showing the age. I love it. Oh man.
Love that.
Flashbacks.
Yeah, no, but she every single song on there is good for its own reason, regardless of whether you think it's country or not. Mm-hmm. And like, I want to point something out that I don't know. We were gonna get to it, I'm sure, but like, let's point it out right now, because if Dolly Parton says your songs are good, then you fucking listen to Dolly Parton, okay? It's Dolly Parton, and she said that Beyonce killed the Jolene cover. And she said that the whole album was great. And
so my question on Jolie real quick.
Yeah.
Was it supposed to be her rendition or was she remaking it? Because I did see a lot of back and forth online as far as like if it's a rendition of Beyonce's, then okay, she killed it. But as far as if she was supposed to be remaking Jolie, okay, she kind of messed it up.
Yeah, if she was covering, she was not faithfully covering it because she changed a lot of the words to it. So I feel like that was like her reimagining of Jolene. I don't feel like
that's why they said like
obviously
she
it was not
wrote it because it was like it's not the same to the original,
right?
Okay.
And I think that's kind of where it falls in because I was like, that's what I was thinking of. Like when I heard Jolene, like it's okay, but it's like it's not the original one. That's fine because of course, granted, I understand. Like she's saying, like I'm begging you. She's like, no, I'm warning you. Okay, she definitely wanted to change the tone and make it clear. Like I'm not gonna
black woman. There's a huge difference. I
just came out here. I was thinking about that here. You better believe I'm not gonna say I'm begging you for nothing. Like I get that. Okay, respect. Cool. Whatever. But yeah, I think that was. The switch up, but
I thought
took
it was
as
good,
soon as I found a line dance to Texas Hold'em, I was like, all right, then y'all, nobody should be mad. If you create a line dance to a song, I feel like you're dubbing it.
You collectively decided to be like, this is the dance we do when we hear the song.
I don't see any line dances to hip hop songs or anything like that. Hell, I don't even think Lil Nas X Country Road got a line dance.
Really? God, that seems like something he would do.
Well, like think of the tempo, and
because I remember when he like got so much backlash for that song.
Oh God, yeah, he did.
Let me see.
So I mean, you gotta think about that too. That's true.
Yeah. But yeah, Texas Hold'em really does lend itself really well to a line dance. I don't know, but I don't know. I don't remember the name of the Lil Nas X song.
Old Town Road.
Old Town Road.
Okay. Anyway.
Horse on the Old Town Road.
Oh, it didn't. Yeah, it just recently got one.
Oh.
But like,
that means it didn't mean it.
It's the same equivalent that it's like. I feel like Beyonce helped it in that way. If it's just now getting it, like, because it's a similar. What was that? You remember from like Meet the Kardashians when Kim was like going off on Kylie and said, you want a new pair of shoes? I like bought your entire career. Like, not saying like belittling his whole career, but it's just like in that sense for the line dance of the song. Like, I just
Okay. Like you can't really hate too much if you made a line dance to it.
We don't have a lot of people chatting today. I can see people are watching, but not a lot of chatters yet.
Talk about
you guys, comment and tell us what you think about Beyonce's album.
I will say I was kind of salty at her for the cover picture. Like, says you could
That
have.
is not how you ride a horse without falling off. Let me just.
That is the
Yeah,
one way you
yeah.
can hurt yourself.
I was like,
Like,
your body.
you're giving them ammo to criticize where you're from, because
I
I'm
mean,
from
yeah,
Kansas. I'm from Kansas, Kansas. Okay, so country I is, and I can tell you, I was judging her hardcore on stuff like that. Because again, if you're gonna say, you know, country Bama, Texas, you know, stand up, I'm gonna need you to represent a little bit better.
Right.
Yeah, I thought, you know, because like the horse is supposed to be in motion and she's sitting on it like it's a chair, and she's got a big ass flag. Like, you'd be ripped off of that horse so fast, and the horse didn't even have to do anything wrong.
Walking.
Exactly, just
It would not
just
have to buck for you to fall off.
Yeah, no,
Like,
no,
legit.
because just the resistance from that flag alone is gonna pull her ass right off of there. And I can't. It's hard to kind of tell from the picture, but like it appears to be a standard saddle. Like, it's not even a side saddle.
Yeah,
It's a regular saddle, so it's just a
Yep.
weird. It's a weird looking picture. Like, it's. I mean, visually striking, yes, but weird.
Honestly, what
It
was
was
just-
what was it?
I'd
Black
rather have
Parade?
seen her
I
like
think
with
the
her
saddle was
natural hair.
better. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, hon.
I was just saying, I think the saddle on Black Parade when she actually was like on the horse was better than that one for Cowboy Party.
Yeah, like who was sleeping on the job, because they
Yeah,
could
one
have
job.
added that.
She fired
One
entire
job.
you get,
Make her look believable on this fake horse. Okay, I really would have loved to have seen her with her natural hair instead of this long blonde hair, because of the imagery. The imagery is strong, and as a black woman, we already have that harsh criticism of, you know, oh, we all wear weave, we all want the blonde hair. No offense, Fee, like, like, you know what I mean? Like, people come for us for that. So it would have been nice to see her take this moment of, you know, if she's declaring she's making a role in the country, you know, side of things, make it known where you're from, because you didn't have that long blonde hair when you was, you know, growing up.
Mhm.
That's the only
Yeah,
nitpick I'll say.
That's a
fair
good.
one, though.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
That's a great point, though.
It's,
I
you
didn't
know,
notice like my hair was blonde. I was like, what? Oh, I mean,
it's like pale, like platinum, almost white. Isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't. Yes, that's the thing that that like I did not. I have no idea, because I know there's a lot of cultural significance around black hair, and I don't profess to know anything about that. I love learning about it though, because I don't know. The hair stuff is interesting, and I love learning about that. But yeah, like it wasn't a part of my childhood. It wasn't a part of my formation, so I don't think about it. But that is an excellent point. That she could have been okay. It's not that she's not a role model, but she could have been a for like kids who are struggling with their hair, and be like, look at my natural hair. Yeah, like that could have been a thing. And she kind of she lots of opportunities that she nailed with this, but that was a missed one for
That
sure.
was nice.
And
'Cause
I
it doesn't
didn't even
even
think
speak
about it till you said
volumes
that.
to alternative, you know, alternative girls that step out of, you know, the realm of what is normally considered black, to be represented, especially at that large scale. Like Megan Thee Stallion, the fact that she is out there saying I'm black and I'm a nerd, that did wonders for her. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Especially also Doja Cat's a big one, who's like, I'm here, this is how I'm gonna be, I ain't faking it for y'all. So it would have just been
Yeah.
nice to see the queen be herself, take that and be like, make it known.
I wonder if it was supposed, like, if it was a choice from the photographer, that, because like it's the same, the hair that she's got in that picture is the same as the hair that the horse she's riding has. Like, it's almost exactly the same.
I think
I wondered
that's
if that
also
was
meant to be a purposeful thing. 'Cause
Yeah,
you-
yeah.
Like when you okay, so like for context, when you go to the store to get your hair done, or you're about to get your hair braided or anything like that, that's exactly the type of hair you're going for. That's the. I
Yeah.
think that also lines it up, because it's just like
Yeah.
there's a correlation there.
Yeah. Because some
Sure.
people like where I did see like the comments saying like, oh, why is she like whitewashing herself? And like I said, it just opened up the door to like negative notations when you already knew you were going to get that, because you're going into this, you know, white male dominated genre, but you opened up the doors to other criticism that you didn't need to.
Yep. I definitely agree with that.
So that's the only fault I have for her.
Yeah, with the hair
Come on.
thing, is it because like I said, again, don't know very much about black hair, but I did have a friend who was very big. She had her natural hair, but she always would put it into a cap and wear like really fun wigs. Like it was actually kind of inspired me. It was like you could just wear a wig for fun, like to go to school. It doesn't have to be a costume. You could just wear a wig whenever you feel like it. That's fucking crazy. I didn't think I didn't think that was allowed. And that was the thing that she loved to do. She we would go to conventions, and y'all know how fucking chaotic conventions are, right? And she wasn't even dressing. She wasn't even cosplaying. She had like 6 wigs. She's like, this is what just in case I feel like I feel like a certain way on Saturday morning, and I have a good selection here. And she brought all those with her, even though she probably wasn't gonna wear most of them. And I thought that's a lot of work, or that's a lot of, because like I dropped a wig on the floor once, and it ended up hopelessly knotted, and I finally gave up and threw it away because I was sick of trying to fix it. So I was like, that's so much work.
Yeah.
But is that a big part of, because again, like, is it?
It depends.
Easier than your regular hair, like,
especially because you don't want to damage it. That's also a big saver on our end, because dyeing it a bunch of times will just damage it to the point where it's falling out. So
exactly.
she had, power to you, sis, who could do that every day. Like, that's why I don't wear wigs with my cosplays, because it's just, I'm with you. Like, I dropped one, apparently I ruined it. I'm done. I'm with somebody. Like,
yeah,
I will hire somebody to do my hair. I can't.
It's so funny because, like, I was just, like, last night, I was literally just looking at an old vlog from DreamCon, and I had 3 wigs with me, because it was like, obviously I have the wig for Vigilance, I have the one I wear when I'm out of Vigilance, and then apparently I had another one just in case I wasn't feeling the other one. So I
make that joke all the time. Okay.
But it's like, I don't know, like, it just really depends, because for me, people be like, oh my god, well, Fee, like, your hair is pretty, why don't you just do that? I just don't feel like it. Sometimes if I'm on the go so much and I'm just like, I just don't have time to deal with her, and I don't want to manipulate her too quickly to the point, because I know my hair also can be fragile and can break. I'm not trying to be like rushing, like, hurry up, girl, and she'd be like, girl, no, oh my god, like, I ain't trying to get into that. I'm like, girl, hey, guess what? It's about to get real dark. What do you mean? And I
sure,
that's what I do, and it works that way. But I mean, it's just in a way of expression.
So that's not necessarily like a cultural thing. It's just a personal choice then, because I'm like wondering if she's in any way trying to represent that like an aspect of her culture, or if she's just, because she's like, I thought that was cool.
It's a mix, because this is the thing. I think just when it comes to America, there's a lot of mixes things where it could be considered cultural, or if it's actually just part of a certain thing. Because, I mean, especially when it just comes to hair, like, it can go interchangeably, where it's just like, that could be cultural, or it could just be reference, or it could be a little bit of both. You can express your culture through your hair. That's something that kind of goes hand in hand. Or if you just want to choose to just, like, I just feel like having silver hair, and I just want to rock silver hair. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's where I'm at. It's like, for me, it's just like I want to see what it's like to have pink hair today, but I don't want to fuck up my real hair.
Exactly.
So like, yeah, okay. So okay. So that's very helpful. And
the topic is as versatile as the hair itself.
There's been times where I'm like, people want long hair until they get it. All right, long hair is not where it's at, because holy shiitake. I have gone days where I'm just like, I could just shave my freaking head and have a closet of wig. Just have a closet of. I feel like being a redhead today.
I said one day I was old enough to cut my hair, but I'm just like, I'm not there yet. So I'm just like,
not there yet. I'm not. It grows too fast, so I feel like even I'm gonna spend all that money to shave it off, and it's gonna grow right back. So let me just I'm just gonna let it grow, do its thing until it says no
Yeah.
more.
I hate my hair long. Like I've got quite a bit of hair. I hate it long, but also it's so much easier to take care of right now. Like aside from the the half a gallon of fucking conditioner I have to use every time I wash it.
And you drop a gloop and it's like it's like $5 worth.
God.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
move
had
it back
this. Yeah, like I was like, I get this. This stuff was the yellowest conditioner I've ever seen in my life. I never bought it again.
Is it Made and Tell?
No, it was not that.
I grew up on that, but they changed the color. Never mind. Go ahead.
Oh, fuckers. Probably made it worse too, didn't they? Because that's what's been happening. But no, I got a little glob of it on the back of the shower, and then like I came back a couple days later, and I was like, and so you know what it looked like? It didn't look like conditioner. I'll tell you that. I was horrified, and then I'm like trying to like gently like and like with the water, gross. And then I realized it was conditioner. I was like, gee, I'm fucking stupid. Oh my god.
Nope, I'm like Fee. I drop a big glop and I'm like,
Big-
I'm in a battlefield trying to make sure it
Yes.
doesn't go down the drain. Because I'm like, no, that's $5.
Water. You're in the trenches. You are getting that.
Get the big bottles with the pumps sometimes, and then you try and push it, and then it just like fucking shoots out, and it's like goes halfway across the bathroom instead of into your hand, and then then you do that little like trying to like squeegee it back into your hand, and like or taking the end of your hair and like rubbing it to like get it on.
Yes.
No, yeah.
No,
What if I?
This is what Beyonce does to us, guys.
That is a collection.
Damn you, Beyonce.
Okay. Let's do a Beyonce trivia question.
Oh,
If
Lord,
if anybody who's watching wants to jump in and answer the question, you can win something. I got stickers, I got pins, I got buttons, I got stuff, and I'll send you something
Suck
if you get it right. But this one's easy because we already said half the answer.
We got an easy one. Okay.
Where was Beyonce born and raised? City and state.
Houston,
and we all went,
Texas.
Yeah, it is Houston, Texas. And that was easy. Yeah, that was easy.
That is so quick.
How about let's do one more.
Okay.
And anybody, if you like, okay, we gotta give them 30 seconds to answer the question.
Gave him like barely 3, Midori.
You're right.
Yeah, let's give them 30 seconds, and then you can answer. And that's okay. So, what is Beyonce's debut album? And time. Anybody answer? If you answer, you can get a question. You can win a prize.
Hey.
And that's time. That was perfect. Oh, you're just gonna have to come on and sing the Jeopardy song for everyone.
This is why they keep me in a cage. I apologize.
What? Nobody answered, so. Fart noise. We're just gonna keep all the prizes. And nobody
That's
else.
fine. Hey, that's totally fine. I'm with it.
The answer is "Crazy in Love" was her debut solo album.
Damn it, I was gonna have that wrong then.
I thought you were saying the album was Dangerously in Love. I thought it was that.
Wait, what?
Wait, was it? Oh shit! Did I write it down wrong? Now I gotta look it up. It was Dangerously. I wrote Crazy because that's the name of the fucking song. The name of the song is Crazy in Love, and I screwed it up. It is Dangerously in Love, not Crazy in Love.
Girl, I was like, I can't say I'm a fan of Beyonce.
V's face was like, do I not know my Beyonce?
No, you're right. Yeah, you're right. I just wrote down the answers to the questions quickly, and I bet that my own brain did that to me. So
no, I was like, throw me out of the beehive, throw me away.
Throw me out.
No, I was never really in it, but
that's
now
okay. No, girl, I don't know
be.
where I stand in that thing if I'm even in it. But I just knew I was thinking like, what is this?
No, you're right. You're right. Thank you for correcting me. And okay, so about back to like talking about the album.
Yeah.
So we're saying the people that are criticizing, I got piece of cat hair stuck to my chapstick.
That sucks.
Where's the
Gross.
chapstick? Go ahead, Sarah.
We can't put you two together, can we?
Woo.
Okay, so I forgot what I was gonna say too.
No, you
okay. Yeah, so people are making an argument that because not every song on this album fits perfectly in a country music mold, that we should just throw the whole thing out, and that she's not allowed to be in the country sphere, whatever. So, what do you think about people who are saying that? Because I think that's a really stupid, shitty
Where's
argument.
your country album to say exactly what country's supposed to look like?
Yeah, exactly.
Show me.
I mean,
I'm like, can you cite me an example? Because pretty much every country artist has done, at least at the bare minimum, has done covers of non-country songs. And sometimes they countryfy them, sometimes they don't.
And usually the way to get started
speak that ish, girl.
is
Speak that ish.
people know, and then they expand upon that as artists, you know, obviously to kind of get
She
their find their
cooking, y'all. She cooking.
That's that's like the people, because I've heard people trying to say that she desecrated Jolene because she changed some of the lyrics. And it's like, fucking Dolly Parton told her to do it. Dolly Parton gave her blessing. You can't defy the will of Her Majesty Queen Dolly Parton. I mean, come on, she is the country music queen, and it's her fucking song too. Like, it doesn't matter how popular she
leading into the song. She's like, you know that husband with the good hair you talk about, but mine had auburn red locks of hair. Bless her heart. That's a blessing. She's blessing the song you're about to hear.
And yeah, and when the album came out, Dolly Parton was very much on board with it. She loved it, and she thinks it's a good. And I don't.
I think the strategy of what she did with that was, one, she got Dolly, because of course Dolly is Auntie Dolly. You know,
Dolly's never gonna say a bad word about anybody who doesn't deserve it.
Exactly.
Like, she just isn't.
Facts.
Auntie Dolly, having her backup, you know, Linda Martell, like having the Willie Show, like all of these here to back is those who would side, or those who are usually criticizing, the ones that they would love to back for her. Mm-hmm. So it's like the strategy of that to say, like, you know, it's, how do I word that? I feel like the best analogy is similar to the time during the pandemic when a lot of like DEI, and I'm not saying this for the album, but in representation when it comes to strategy and how to put it out, was when there was a lot of DEI initiatives launched during the pandemic, but they were putting people who needed to be heard and seen in the positions to lead it, but that was not the intention of what it was meant for in the first place, because they were tired. The ones who were voicing their opinions and not getting heard, they did not want to take the lead of that because they wanted someone else to be like, we want you to be with us to come with this. Mm-hmm. And yet they put them at the forefront again. If that's the best way, I mean, the way I can put it as an analogy for it, because it's just like having Dolly Parton vouch for you. Like, it's saying like, hey, you know, I give my blessing, you know, she's country just like all of us, like in that way, where it comes to that, like, I don't know why you're criticizing, you know?
Right. I feel like
it's a weird.
I feel like these people who are criticizing her, I feel like they are the equivalent of, like, you know how there's just random dudes on the street who are like, oh yeah, I could beat anybody. I could beat like, now that I'm trying to think of a name, I can't think of anything, but like, like any WNBA player, I could beat him in a one-on-one game of basketball. It's like, no, you fucking couldn't. Are you fucking serious? No, you fucking couldn't. And like, you just, like, you didn't even your second string on your high school basketball team. You really think that you could beat any like the worst? I don't even know who's the lowest paid WNBA player out there. They're all paid way too fucking little. Let's be real. But they all deserve like at least triple what they're making.
But you know what? I think what it really boils down to, and I think I learned this at a young age, I think it's because she came and did it better. That's why.
That's it. That is that.
You know,
Yeah, they
my
are.
mom always told me that that's when most of your haters will come out when you're doing something.
Yeah,
right.
and they'll knock you down for doing it better than they could.
Apparently, it's striking a chord.
Or doing it when they like those guys out there that are criticizing her. It's like you've never even tried.
Yeah.
If you come out and do it better, and it's interesting because she's arguably come out and done it better than a lot of female country artists, and I don't hear any of them complaining. No, like I mean,
because like the rule of copying, if you're gonna copy, you gotta do it better.
Yes.
Like that's legit the rule of copying. Like, you know, and this goes into like just outside the music realm, you know, video games, art, like you can literally copy from somebody. I mean, that's pretty much what all forms of art is.
Yeah,
somebody has already done it, but just make sure you do it better so nobody can look back and be like, that the original was better. You know what I mean? Like that's your competition.
Yes.
So I think that's why the guys are attacking, or I think the country sphere is attacking her most likely is because she's doing it better.
Like, how can we let her do it better than us? I'm not trying to do it in that time. I'm sorry, but you know what I mean. It's just like, force a habit, but yeah, you know what I mean. But it's like, well, let me see you do better. Saddle up, yeah, cowboy.
Yeah. Hi, Zodiac Murray on Twitch is here, and appreciate it. Thank you for coming. Yeah, I definitely agree that doing it better, especially with the guys, like the white men that are bitching about her being there and she doesn't belong there. It's like, first of all,
but we accepted Nelly.
Fair enough.
What did he say? My window's down and
cruise. Yeah, we accepted Nelly, but we can't accept.
Y'all chilled and blasted that.
Well, I mean, like you said, they were doing it. She's doing. Not only is she doing it when a lot of these the people who are criticizing have not done it at all. Never mind doing it better or worse than she's done it. But you're not doing it at all. So like, why are you fucking criticizing her? And you know, it's again like, tell me that you're sexist and racist without telling me that you're sexist and racist, right? Like, it's every single argument that I've heard. I'm not even gonna bother bringing them up on here for the most part. Like, there's just the handful of arguments that we've come through here. Like, they all boil down to, you're not a guy and you're not white, so you shouldn't be here. And the gatekeeping drives me crazy because you fucking let Lee Greenwood into this shit. Not even American, thank you very much, but you let him in. He's Canadian. He is the opposite of Beyonce in every single way, but y'all let him be into the country music scene. And Beyonce is, like you said, they're saying, like, they're accusing her of not being country enough, and it's like, she's literally from Texas. How could she be? How could she be more country? Like,
it's like Kansas, Nebraska, Oklahoma, Texas. Anybody who says that they're from there, they automatically have a country card. All right, what they do with that card is up to them, but everybody is issued that damn card.
It's a lot of sour grapes. Like, if so far everybody that I've asked that doesn't like this album has 100% failed to give me a legitimate reason, because every single time I'm tracing it back to, okay, so what you're saying there is sexist, and this is why. What you're saying there is racist, and this is why. And, you know, and that's coming, like, I'm sitting here going, I don't know enough about the problems of racism to be making this argument for or against it, but I'm going to, because I'm the only one here, and somebody has to. I hate having to get into those things when I feel like I don't know what I'm talking about. But thankfully, I knew enough to be able to shut that shit down.
Like, I would say doing something is better than doing nothing and being bystander at all.
Yeah.
Because at least by pointing out to say, hey, something's off.
Mm-hmm. Well, sometimes they're being so blatant that, like, literally anybody could, you know, a blind person could come up and say, this is racist. You not even see that you're being racist, and I just,
No.
yeah, I was like, it's sometimes it is so obvious that I don't even I don't even have that thought where I'm like, I'm concerned that I don't know enough about this to be making an argument against you. But like this, some of this stuff has been so blatant, like so blatant.
I mean,
Like,
you don't even have to be a fan of,
Yeah.
like I said, I'm not a fan of Beyonce by any means. She has some bangers, but I mean, I'm gonna call a spade, you know. Like, it's a country album. I like
Bad talk.
I will accept the argument that it's not a fully country album because some of the songs on there aren't super country. But
Right.
I'm still like, I'm calling it a country album because that's what she called it, and it's her fucking album. So I'm calling it what she. And then also, like, have you listened to any listen to the music outside of Beyonce's country music? Like, have you listened to that lately? It has been blending so seamlessly with the pop scene for so long that Beyonce is arguably more country right now than all of these established country artists.
And that's the crazy thing about it when it comes to the country music in general, because it was like, you know, pop for a long time was like, it has this long run, you know, obviously because of I mean, of course, there's still that with like, I guess there's a bunch of numbers that I do not know about when it comes to like pop and certain genres or whatever. But for them to see that trend, to be like them getting and becoming more pop and trying to integrate and do that just to get more people in, is saying that you were willing to shift your values just to get more listeners to listen to your work. If you wanted to stay true to whatever it is with country was, you would have stayed true to it and allowed those people who were interested in wanting to do it to come to you. But instead you went and did the opposite. So, I mean, it's her album at the end of the day. I mean, she could call it whatever she wants. Heck, she could call it an EDM album.
Yeah, exactly. It's her album. She can call it whatever the hell she wants. And I gotta, okay, so if Reba McEntire, you know, she's so white she's practically translucent, right?
I love
if
it.
she had done, if she were to remake Beyonce's album, like note for note, nobody would accuse her of being like opposing as a country music artist. Nobody would.
I actually
because
would
that's how
challenge
country
them.
this music is.
I would actually challenge some of the female artists in the country scene
I would love
to actually try and do a
songs.
cover of
Yes.
Beyonce, and I want to see if they can even hold, because most of the, what is it?
I volunteer.
Most of it, Kelly Clarkson. Yeah.
I volunteer Carrie Underwood as tribute.
Carrie Underwood. Yeah.
And you know what the funny thing is like I haven't really heard any female artists complain. I think I mentioned that before.
Yeah.
Women outside of it, there's a few that don't like it, but mostly it's.
Or hell, even a dude. I won't even limit it
I
to the
volunteer
women.
Carrie
And that's-
Underwood as tribute.
Like, I would rather, I want to hear and see if any guy can do a cover of this and enhance it, make it better. If you can, then you'll get props. But you can't shit on somebody for thinking outside the box to your genre.
And they're getting mad that they're getting paid more in the same genre than you.
Yeah.
Sound a little salty there.
Yeah. It's exactly.
I would be in that studio trying to think of something. That should be your motivation to get better.
Because even when with the song Blackbird, Paul McCartney wrote that song, and what it was actually originally about, like she actually did that. He gave her props. Like, I mean, it's just like, are you being original? Like, again, like you said, not faulting her hustle. She at least is finding the work, and she's like, you know what? I know some things. If I say I know my faults, one thing you can't do is outwork me, and that's what she's literally doing.
Yeah.
I congratulate her for just making something that doesn't sound like pop music and throwing it into the country music arena, because everything in the country music arena is just, it's either super fucking racist or it sounds like pop music.
Or it's just depressing. Oh my gosh.
There's a lot of depressing stuff.
It's like, I did karaoke and I heard this one song and I was just like, good Lord, I will pray for you after the end of this song. It was like this person.
There was an error that they were going through it.
And I did this. And I was just like, oh my God.
There's a lot of alcohol dealing with songs. Yeah.
Yes.
Right. I did want to say I'm pretty sure that I read an interview with Reba McEntire who said she loves Beyonce's album. So like I don't think Reba McEntire has anything bad to say about it. I just wanted to make that clear. I was grabbing her because she's one of the big names that's been around for a long time. You know, like her and Dolly and who's even left of women country music artists? Like they're like like remember I said
Shania Twain.
Oh yeah, Shania's not been doing a lot.
She hasn't done anything.
There, yeah.
Right?
And Faith Hill too. Yeah, Faith Hill.
Yep.
I don't know what they said about it. I know Reba and Dolly love it, and it's really like that list of the top 100 or whatever it was of top 50 country music stars that are out there. I think it was of all time. They called it the all time list, and most of the women that were on that list dead. Gone for years, you know, and it's like, and there's tons of current, like you know, there was Brooks and Dunn. I think one of those guys passed away, but the other one's still doing stuff. Garth Brooks, Luke Bryant.
Ooh,
I don't know if that one and Tim McGraw's on there. Like there's tons of them still doing their thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there was just so few women at all, and so many of those women have passed away.
I love me some Zach Brown.
Yeah, Zach Brown. I don't remember if he was on that list actually. I should go back there and find that because he's actually coming here to one of the local fairs and doing a show. Which is, I was like, I thought you were too big for Iowa. So yeah, he's coming this way sometime soon.
I didn't even know he was still touring.
I don't know. I think maybe it's just he booked a fair. It's a county fair somewhere.
He looked at his bank account and was like, I guess I need it.
I was already there visiting family, and I wanted to get some good pulled pork, so what?
I ain't mad at you for that.
I mean, let's be real here. Like, the best food you could possibly get is that going to be at the fair, right? Like, the fair always has the best food.
Oh my gosh, fair food.
Fair food is a problem. So, okay, so we only have a few more minutes left, and I don't know if anybody's still watching or not and interested in doing a little more trivia, but we can try.
Yeah, let's try it.
Let's give it a go.
Let's give it a go.
I'm going to flip through.
I'm probably going to get it wrong.
This one's too easy.
Is it?
Easy one.
Is it? Are you sure?
Yeah.
What
Who is Beyonce's husband?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was too easy.
I thought it was going to be like, what's her middle name or something?
Sure. I do not know that.
Oh.
No, this one's a good one. Beyonce was nominated at the Golden Globes Awards for Best Original Song. What production brought her the nomination? That's a good one.
That's
okay.
Hard.
Time. You got 30 seconds.
Wait, no, I gotta think. Oh, the Golden Globes. What year does this? Do you have a year?
No, it doesn't say what year.
That should be on the tip of my freaking tongue. Golden Globes.
And time. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Nobody answered it, so nobody in the comments answered it. So it's Dreamgirls.
Oh, I
got it.
Was either gonna say that or I was gonna say Bootylicious.
Because she did a song for the Sex and the City movie, one of them, and I thought it was that one. But then I was like, okay, maybe it was it wasn't an original song. Maybe it was a song that she had done before that they used in the movie.
Yeah, it was the
one that she wrote for
Goldmember.
I forgot about Goldmember. Shit. Yeah, no, it's Dreamgirls.
I was like, it was Dreamgirls.
Yeah.
I thought it was the earlier stuff.
I need to watch that movie. I've never watched that movie.
Dreamgirls?
And I should. Yeah, Dreamgirls. I should watch that.
Oh,
Okay, this one's not about music.
Okay.
What's up?
What's the name of the first fragrance she released?
I'm out.
I might know. Only because I like the song that she covers. It's not a song that is original by her. I'm gonna guess it, but I might be wrong. I have 2 guesses. I have 2 guesses.
We got 20 seconds left, or 15 seconds left.
I'm gonna say,
I don't think you're ready for this jelly.
what is Fever?
No, it's not Fever.
Dang it.
Wait, what was the question again?
But you're actually on the right track.
Right, hold on.
What's the name of the first fragrance she released? And the time's up, so like you can go ahead and just shout
It's
them
not
out.
Fever.
You're on the right track.
So-
Walker.
Was it after her pants, the Darion jeans?
No.
There wasn't Darion? Okay.
Do we give up?
Fever was I remember seeing Fever a long time ago, but I don't know.
I give up. What is it?
It's Heat.
Damn
Son
it!
of a biscuit.
Yeah, you were right. You were on the right track.
You were on
I
the
was
right
like,
track.
come on!
That's what I was trying. I'm like, she says she's on the right track.
I remember it being called Heat, but I do remember because she sung Fever, and that's why I like that song. Like it was like, but Heat, I didn't know it was called Heat.
That's
I
why.
like Fever better. Named it Fever.
Yeah, you should have
Did
named it Fever, Beyonce.
Has she named one after herself yet? Because that seems like the thing that when pop stars, what non-perfume people release a fragrance with their
What
themselves.
they do is like they'll go to this very high-end one and do absolutely nothing in the commercial, and then you just hear it in like French, and it'd be like, deal.
Sometimes they run on the beach or they fall down dramatically so their hair waves everywhere. Sometimes they do stuff, but it has fucking nothing to do with
It has nothing to do with the fragrance, the smell of the undertones, or nothing. It's like, it's literally totally mystery. Try to guess. You will not get it right.
It was Pulse. That's what I thought.
Pulse.
That's what I was gonna suggest.
That upsets me. I thought it was Fever all this time. It's almost
You
similar
were
to
on
like
the right track though. That was the right track. Like you were in the right neighborhood.
dag nabbit, but I wasn't down the right street.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm sorry.
I can't.
I'm sorry. I can't stand myself sometimes. I'm sorry.
All right, okay. We'll do one more, even though I don't think anybody's here to answer the question. So this will be just for you guys.
All right, test how faithful I am to Beyonce. Pray she never sees it because I have failed miserably.
I actually have 2 questions left. What year did she release her debut album?
Debut album was what again?
Dangerously in Love.
Dangerously in Love. That would be. Give me.
I want to say.
09?
No,
I
not
want to say
2003.
Damn.
You win.
3.
Yes, it was 2003.
That was my next class.
Woo!
Damn.
Girl, I was sweating. I got hot. I got hot.
Bro, I was 13.
Trivia brings
I don't
that
know
out
that
in
shit.
people. That's weird, right?
Huh?
what trivia does to people. It's like, you know the answer,
get
but
test
do I know the
anxiety,
answer?
bro.
Ugh.
I got test
can be-
anxiety real bad.
Oh, same.
You asked me what's my name? I actually got worried for a second.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What, did I spell my own name wrong? And those fucking Scantrons, and like, oh my god, what if I filled in the wrong circle?
Yep.
I remember Scantron. Oh my god.
Fucking Scantrons.
I don't like y'all. Why y'all do this to me?
Oh, we're gonna have like flashbacks.
Non-flashbacks are real, guys.
Okay, one more question.
All right.
Which of her songs won Song of the Year in 2010?
Single ladies.
Oh my god, that was fast. You got it. That was fast.
She said some. She was
Because I had to do it so many times.
You would think I would like.
Justin Timberlake in a leotard and heels. Clearly, that song did something.
Legit.
That's okay. One of my favorite fucking scenes. So Brooklyn Nine-Nine is one of my. It's like my emotional support sitcom, right?
Love it.
It's a procedural comedy, not a sitcom. Is it? Anyway, there's a scene where they all get locked in the precinct, and and Charles Boyle is doing the single ladies
Single
dance.
ladies, yep.
And he's fucking rocking it too. Like he's doing a real good job.
Killing
Yeah.
Yo,
And I
Boyle.
was like, shit, I can't do that dance. Oh, and he does it better. Son of a bitch.
It's just practice. I believe in you.
Is that
I've been
ringing?
trying. I've been
Okay.
trying to learn the party rock dance.
Wait.
It's like a Charleston on steroids or something. I'm not sure.
Shuffle.
It's yeah. It's a weird.
Holy-
It's a.
Sarah, I'm gonna get you hip, girl.
I
Next
was-
time, I'm gonna have Sarah doing all these dances.
Listen,
my
we gotta
attempts to
do
be-
that. Listen, we gotta all get together.
My attempts to be healthier are to learn dances because that's the only. I fucking hate exercising. It's so boring, right? But if I learn a dance, I'm terrible at it. But if I learn a dance, at least I'm moving, right?
I got you.
Hey,
That's what I'm
Hey,
trying to do.
I will come out of retirement for you. Okay.
yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yes, come back.
Okay, so I feel like we didn't even scratch the surface of all the reasons why the people who hate Beyonce's album are wrong. But we did a pretty good job. I think that she would appreciate, like, I'm sure Beyonce's watching and she appreciates our attempts to defend her. And also, like, unless you guys are planning on releasing a country album that's gonna go like fucking multi-platinum already, like it's already off the charts. So like, unless you're planning on doing that, I think that if you have criticism for Beyonce, you should keep it to yourself. Probably.
Honestly, yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
Because-
I mean, at least okay. The next person that has a criticism of Beyonce's album, for me, can you at least make it legitimate? Like, if I can tear it down to sexism or racism, then it's not a good argument.
That's the funny thing. That's the ironic thing. She worked so hard at it that if you do have something against it, it literally is only because it's a projection of your own
Like
work.
nitpick.
Mm. Yeah. I mean, there's
She has checkmate all over that.
Yeah, you don't have to like it. Nobody asked
You
you
don't
to like
have
it,
to
but
like
you don't
it,
have
no,
to rip
but
her down just because she did a
criticize
better
it.
job than, you know, like just because she's not a country artist who is in a country. Like,
But you know what?
they cross
comes
genres
with-
all the time. Artists cross genres
They
constantly.
do. But
Who
I
fucking cares?
I think it's the internet, man.
Mhm. Yes.
This is probably the worst times to be an artist because of how detrimental everything is once you know
Mhm,
someone puts their
mhm.
opinion online. Because you know beforehand you really didn't hear the negative criticisms of people's songs. The only rewarding factor was at those award ceremonies and they get the best album award or best single award. That's when you knew you did good. But
Mhm.
now it's the internet, man. It's
Yeah.
trash.
Did you
it's
hear about
depressing.
the God? What was his name? That fans. You got to do the quotey fingers right because they're not really fans.
Nope.
They were burning pictures of him, Tom something, burning pictures of him because all he said that caused this firestorm. Apt choice of words. He just said he wanted to have a conversation about Batgirl, about Barbara Gordon, and Nightwing. He wanted to have a conversation about the characters that he's literally writing right now. And he's like, I'd love to do a panel on it sometime. And people freaked out and they printed off pictures of him and set fire to the pictures and filmed themselves doing it. It's like, do you guys know? First of all, he didn't say anything. Like, that was the least controversial thing in the world to say, is just that I'd love to have a panel about this topic sometime. But then also, everybody's forgetting that there are like real living actual people behind this picture that you burned. Wasn't just a picture, it was a picture of an actual person who has feelings. And like, when did we all get so mean?
Thank the internet.
I think, well, yeah, because I
Thank
feel
the
like the
internet.
internet is the reason for it because
Mhm.
it provided this barrier that allows people to say whatever they want to say and not feel like
Mhm.
there's repercussions for
Yeah,
saying
no
it towards
consequences.
anybody or anything, or vice versa. Because I mean, it's not needed. I mean, I feel like it's just not, it's crazy that it's like, it's scared to look at like a video or reel or something sometimes just to see if the comment section passed the vibe check or not. It's like, dang, can you watch anything just to have like a good feel good feeling just without someone saying, you just acted and did that and did it. I'm like,
No.
but did you do that? Like, gosh, if they were just trying to make somebody's day, come on now, golly.
But that's why
I feel like we need to have you have to pass a test, an aptitude test of some sort, to be allowed to comment with your opinions on anything. Like,
not even that.
If it's
Because
not
over in
constructive,
other countries, they are way better on monitoring their internet. Like,
Right. Yeah.
like I can only really speak as far as about Korea, but Korea don't play about that. Like, they actually have laws in place for internet protection. So if someone is on my Instagram slandering me and all that, I can literally sue them and win. Because they're, you know what I mean? You can't do that in the States.
no. I mean, you can try.
You know what I mean?
You can
can
try, but
try,
you're just gonna
but
waste a bunch of money and time and sanity.
But like, even in 2024, we barely have any laws regarding protection of the internet for some rhetorical reason. I can't even think of a reason, but
that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, a whole nother conversation.
Well, I mean, I think
But,
that
like,
part of the reason is certainly because the people who are making the laws are like 200 fucking years old, and they don't understand how the internet works.
What's the internet? If you don't go somewhere to a resort and retire already.
I think the TikTok trial really opened that door.
That annoyed me
so
Like,
much.
that was one of the things that I'm gonna invoke the name of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez here. Like, I don't care if you like her or you don't like her. That's not my point. My point is that she was ruthlessly mocked by those already in Congress for being internet savvy. They made fun of her for knowing how to use Instagram and TikTok and Facebook and all of these things. They mocked her for that, and it turns out they were the ones who were wrong. Very much so.
How about we make fun of you because you have no idea what the internet's been, and it's been over here for 20-something years.
Yeah. I mean, I know we've been using it for school stuff since at least 1999. And that's just when, that's when the schools in my area, like I said, I was like a small farming area.
Encyclopedia,
and
like,
that's
it was definitely.
You still are stuck in your way to just say, ha ha ha, who's this idiot who's literally conforming with the times to try to work with people, communicate with them, and also make them aware in various ways and try to meet them where they are.
I feel like after they hit after everybody in Congress hits the age of like 65, you should not be allowed to run again unless you pass like a current events test or something. Like, you can't, because like Bernie Sanders kind of knows a little bit about what he's talking about, so I would be okay.
I feel like that exception should be like, if you're respectfully but disrespectfully, if your old tail is going to stay in that seat, you better be teaching the ones who are supposed to be coming in to replace you, so they don't have to go through the things that you did, so we can all progress in the right direction. Because the one thing that irritates me the most is for them to be like, our generation had to go through this, that, and the other. So if we had to suffer, so do you. That is not the mentality that should be done. You tell us how to do it. If this is what you had to do and these are the obstacles you came for, how about you tell us so then we can be able to take care of it? Because we have the energy, because your butt's not going to be doing it.
But
and then instead they are fiercely protecting their own asses and keeping their own asses in those seats in Congress until they literally die.
No, I was going to rebut it as far as not everybody can teach.
That's fair.
No, what I'm saying is the ones who can't go to
it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
If you're not willing or not able, then yeah, it's time for you to retire. It doesn't. Don't Congress people, like U.S. Congress people and U.S. senators, get like a cushy pension for like the rest of their lives? I mean, I know the president gets like $300,000 a year for the rest of their lives.
Your great grandbaby gets a nice solid pension too. Go somewhere.
Yeah. But
you don't need the money anymore.
That's kind of happening though, like gatekeeping the job positions to where like the person literally has to die for the position to open up type stuff.
And that's ridiculous.
It is. It definitely is.
It's not a monarchy. Let me shut up. You know what I mean? It's like, can you move? Move.
Nah, I definitely agree that we
jumped straight from Beyonce to politics. That was wild.
This is what Beyonce does.
Beyonce, but you know, it's a gatekeeping thing. There's definitely some overlap here.
No, because I was like, think about it. When it comes to America, first thing you think of is like country, but it's like It does line
Legit.
up.
I
It
have
does.
a UK friend who legit does an American accent, and he thinks we all sound like Mark Twain. Okay, it's so hilarious because it's like I know I don't sound like that, but you know what?
There is a
You're killing
correlation.
it, my guy.
Correlation, for sure.
We
Not
all
that.
sound like that.
Not that.
Mhm.
But
Well, it's no worse than us as a country. Like collectively, we think that all British people sound like the Queen or
True.
the King. I mean, and they all
and they all say
not.
bottle of water.
Yeah.
A bottle of water.
Kind of sad, isn't it?
And yeah, I had I went when I went to England and years ago. That was one of the things that I had strangers who heard me talking were like shocked that I didn't sound like I was from Texas or something.
Yeah.
You know, I was like,
Yes.
well, that's because I'm from Wisconsin.
Oh.
And I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna like. You might hear me say "a," but you're not gonna hear me say. You're not gonna hear me say "y'all."
No.
Oh. I felt
But
it.
it's wild. Yeah, they do. They all do really think that we all sound the same, and it's crazy because their tiny little country has like 15 different
A lot of
accents, and like this
accents,
country
yeah.
is
Different dialect. Yeah.
It's legit. Damn you, Beyonce.
Wild.
Look at what you do.
But it's, I mean, listen, it's challenging. What I enjoy about art in any type of way, shape, or form, even with us just being here to be able to talk about this, it just sheds light for us to have a conversation. Because it's just like, I think a lot of people for a long time have just kind of taken on the status quo to think this is just how things are. This is just how things should be.
Yeah.
And I like that certain things get challenged because, I feel like that's what it's supposed to be. I feel like that's how we thrive. We just challenge things that was considered something normal for hundreds of years. I feel like we just have to keep challenging things. Like we have to keep challenging things. We have to keep talking about it, bringing awareness to things like that, and just not think, okay, this is not a normal thing. I will quote, this is one of my favorite quotes I like to say when it comes to that, just in general, just to wrap up our little political rant. I just said, we don't need a melting pot. We need a salad bowl. And it's okay to have differences. It's okay to have things and like the same things and like similar things. You can still be different and like the same things. So I don't know. Like I feel like just wrapping up on that. I think it's just really
definitely. Yeah. I agree. Everybody being the same makes things worse, but having different life experiences, different cultures, that's what makes us better and stronger as a country. And there's a billion examples of that in American history, and if you don't know any of them, that's on you for not paying attention. It's not on us for not we
Education ain't
teaching
teaching them right. Education's not teaching them right.
Yeah, you gotta do that on your own.
Education in this country is a whole nother conversation, isn't it?
Yes.
America has a plan.
Yes.
Hashtag.
Well, we are over our hour now, so I guess we should probably
wild.
try. Yeah, we did scratch the surface of what I was hoping to talk about today. So that's good. And next week I think maybe I want to talk about Fallout. Like everybody's watching that new Fallout show, right? Like is anybody? Because like I was like I want to watch it and I need to get through that and then let's talk about that. So maybe, and you guys more than welcome to join me on that on Monday. And
I'm so bad at watching shows.
Oh man, okay, I gotta do so Kyron, I know anybody who's gonna be watching now or later, I said we'd do a follow-up on X-Men 97, and now Kyron's gonna do a wrap-up of that, and I thought instead I'm gonna shift gears a little. I'm gonna still do another X-Men 97 show, but I'm gonna do some more X-Men trivia and stuff, and then everybody can talk about their favorite parts of the show. And I don't know if I'm gonna be able to watch anymore after last week though. Like that was rough. That was rough.
The real stuff.
Yeah.
I get
it was
it.
pretty bad.
No, I just wanted to say thank you, Sarah, for inviting us to this. This was awesome. I enjoyed it.
Yes, thank you for joining me. I appreciate the very good conversation. Very good.
Likewise, it's always fun talking with you.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you all for coming and join us next week. And go back Death's Kiss and go back go get yourself a hoodie. and watch our stuff for more things that we're doing in May, June, July, August. We got shit happening all the way up. Like, we have to purposely block off the month of December so that we can take a fucking break. So
Fair enough.
so we got stuff happening the entire year. That just had me thinking, like, imagine if, I mean, I know we have gatekeeping problems in comics, but imagine, like, if us as indie creators gate-kept our comics the way that country music fans are trying to gatekeep country music for Beyonce.
Girl, we wouldn't make $1.
Nope.
Not $1, not a cent.
Wouldn't happen.
It would have been tumbleweeds over here, okay?
And that's a whole nother place.
I typed it into the country swag. Let's go.
Indeed. All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And comment if you are watching this later. Comment. I'll still see it. And I hope that you will join us next week. And follow Midori and Fee on their socials and do the thing. Watch Geeks Council and 5-Star Fridays because they're on those. All right. So thank you and have a wonderful rest of your night and wonderful rest of your week. Bye.